Alright, welcome back to the podcast once again, everybody. As always, PayPal and Patreon are both down there if anybody wants to support me. Only do so if you actually can. So, as I said in the last one, this is going to be another short one. There may be a potential shoe shortage coming in the immediate future. It would depend on the shipping and distribution time lags, and also whether the August 9th date was held up to or whether it was extended. And as for why and what in particular I'm talking about, we are talking about, or the reason at least is this. The nation of Vietnam has seen a sudden and enormous surge in its number of health situation cases. And in response to that, the Vietnamese government has ordered a lot of things shut down. Some of those things including the shoe factories, as whether or not you knew before now, your shoes, with a high degree of probability at least, are made in Vietnam. Of course, you can check the inside of the tag to see for yourself. But the main shoes that dominate the footwear market, the primary names like New Balance, Nike, Adidas, Skechers, those shoes are either all made in Vietnam or they're heavily made in Vietnam. I believe it's Adidas that has only half of its production in Vietnam and half of its production somewhere else. But regardless, one way or another, all of them are heavily Vietnamese dependent. And the government of Vietnam shuttered the shoe factories, not specifically just the shoe factories, but like everything that they deemed a non-essential industry. And this sort of quietly passed everybody by in the news, as this mandate actually went out last month, and it was supposed to expire. Everything was supposed to reopen, at least in terms of like factories and stuff, on the 9th of this month, 4 days ago. However, I can't confirm whether or not that's happened, as I haven't been able to find any notice of them actually reopening. But on the other hand, I also haven't been able to find anything saying that they extended the lockdown or the industry shuttering either. So as far as can be aware, they may have restarted 4 days ago, or they may have not. But even if they did restart up production 4 days ago, that's still several weeks of not producing shoes for the global economy. So that may cause a moderate temporary shoe shortage if the factories have already restarted and everything. If the shutdown has been extended, then the shortage might end up cutting deeper and become much more tangible. When it would show up, again, would depend on shipping time frames. Shoes and clothes and things are not stuff that has to be transported immediately, not stuff that's on a restricted time frame. So in most cases, they're not being shipped by air freight. They're going to be shipped in containers on massive cargo vessels. Particularly coming across the Pacific, those transit times are going to probably be about a month or so, or more than a month. For Europe or the Mediterranean, having to go down and through the Indian Ocean and up through the Suez, that would still be about like a month's time frame or so. For Australia or East Asia, it would be a shorter time frame, only like a week or two. And then once whatever's coming on the vessel gets there, there's still at least several days, if not a couple of weeks, of on-land cargo and freight distribution. So not just regarding this specific situation, but whenever you see any kind of situation develop where there's a potential supply disruption at the actual like production source itself, the framework just described is why you typically won't actually see that translated onto less full store shelves until like a month or two later. But yeah, that's that. So there may be a shoe shortage, or there might not. That'll depend on whether or not they did restart the factories or not. But that's everything as it stands for the moment. Thank you everybody for listening. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. I have all kinds of episodes, always about all kinds of other stuff. PayPal and Patreon links are both down below if anybody wants to support me. Only do so if you actually can, mind you. May God bless and protect all of you, and I will see you all around next time.